Yeah, I could add you because I started it. Welcome, welcome to Cameos. I am Samson. This is just rambling. O'Shaughnessy is man, where is O'Shaughnessy today? He's actually on Roblox. We're gonna talk about that later. He's he's created his furry persona for Roblox. The FBI is currently watching him as well while he does that. And then Fu Money. I know there's some food news. Oh, no, Fu Money is
We got plenty of food news.
well, Fu Money is currently waiting outside of Popeyes because apparently some random Popeyes employee said, "Oh, there's going to be a One Piece collab," but no one can verify this. At this point, it's like a it's like an internet urban legend now. Because every time I check to see if it's real, there's no official Popeyes announcement, and then every article just references employees at Popeyes, but they don't say which employee at Popeyes. Right? It's not Annie. Annie wasn't like, "Oh yeah, we about to have a One Piece collab." It's just like some guy who said he works at Popeyes. We don't know if he does.
Hmm.
And then there's like these AI generated menu items, which honestly are genius. It's like a bento
Hmm.
box. I was like, there's no way anyone at Popeyes like is actually doing this. I doubt Popeyes is actually doing that.
This might be one of the most genius marketing campaigns in that, like, if it's not real, it could be like crowd testing just to see if people want it enough, and then they
Right.
launch it. And it's like, do you launch it and say that, oh, this was a big gag and now it's actually real because you demanded it so much? Or
Mm.
do you just gaslight the audience and be like, this was there the whole time? We don't know what you're talking about. You just went to the wrong Popeyes
Mm.
location.
This joint is so good. It's got like churches was like trolling,
Yeah.
so they like edited a biscuit to look like a devil fruit
That's
in
dope.
response. I was like, yo. So that's what Fu is currently waiting outside to see when this becomes reality.
It's that what's it called? On the ground journal or boots on the ground journalism that we
Yeah,
we, we, we
he's
cherish him for.
outside waiting to choke on a biscuit.
It's like, what would that be? Like a crocodile biscuit? It's just like
Mhm.
pure sand in your throat. Oh man, but yeah, a lot of these are really cool. They got the gum gum fruit lemonade, the Chopper's cupcake.
Mm.
Um, that's all. It's on this list. But oh yeah, no, this just says mac and cheese. Never mind. But those first two options sound tempting, and it speaks to just how big and how awesome One Piece has gotten in the mainstream. Because
Mhm.
for the longest time, One Piece was just that anime that no one wanted to spend an entire portion of their life trying to catch up on, and now it's
Mhm.
just like the thing. Like it's like when I was growing up, when we were growing up, because you're just as old and geriatric as I am. Like
Mhm.
Dragon Ball Z was like the mainstream anime, but now I feel like One Piece is for this generation. One Piece and Jujutsu Kaisen.
I that's weird. I'm a long time One Piece fan, so it's
Hmm.
weird to see. Like I remember when nobody liked One Piece. Like it was the big three. You know, it was Naruto, Bleach,
Hmm.
and One Piece. One Piece was like the odd man out because it's
Yeah.
popular worldwide, but in America, no one was like messing with it. So now it's weird to see just how popular it's become. It's also become a meme as well.
Hmm.
Like everyone's doing like a One Piece collaboration. There's so many One Piece collaborations.
Yeah.
Um, so it's like weird. It's weird to see, man, and I'm happy for
Yeah.
it. I think also part of it is like, if we're being honest, there's not many great shonen coming out these days. Like if you
Mhm.
read manga, uh, Shonen Jump will like cancel a lot. Like I'll be reading something. I remember me and the homie Lucid, we were reading like it was like a Little Red Riding Hood type manga,
Mhm.
right? It was really good. Then there was another one that was like a Viking Norse type manga where they had spirits that they would fight with. It was really good, but like maybe a couple months in, and it got canceled, right? So
Mhm.
it ended early, and so that happens a lot. And I think because it happens, we don't really get many good things. Even like Jujutsu Kaisen is a phenomenon, right? Like teams are using it to market themselves. Like I saw a Texans post using the season finale of Jujutsu Kaisen,
Yeah.
season three, which was
Mhm.
wrong, but whatever. They did it wrong. My point is but that manga's over, right? Demon Slayer is over, right?
Yeah.
Everything that's like super popular besides Frieren, and I don't know how popular Frieren is. That's ongoing though. But everything else is like it's ended already. Hell's
Hmm.
Paradise. I know like a friend of mine loves Hell's Paradise. It's over. The manga's ended. Right. So there's nothing new coming out besides One Piece. So it's like weird for me to see how popular it's become. I love it
Yeah.
though. I'm not like a gatekeeper, and I'm glad. Can we just tie it? I'm gonna tie it into the Wit Studio remake. I'm gonna just do it. I'm
Now,
taking.
I was gonna say one thing. Like I determine mainstream by like if like you asked like one of our parents about it and if they
Mm,
were at least aware of it. Like I'm not expecting them to go into like deep diving lore or anything like that.
mm,
But like when I was a kid, I would ask my mom about Dragon Ball Z, and she'd be like, "That's the one where they be screaming, right?" And I'm like,
mm.
"Yes." But also, there's a lot of other cool stuff that happens that I know you've already tuned out and you don't care anymore. But I feel
Who?
like with this
Me?
generation, no,
You talk.
not you. I'm talking
Oh, I
about
was like, hold on. I love
in the
Dragon Ball Z.
hypothetical,
Don't. How
like
dare you?
when I was talking to my mother about it, like I
Oh,
said, in the context of like, okay,
okay.
what determines mainstream? It's like if you could talk to
uh,
your parents about it and they have some sort of awareness of like its existence or what it's about, I would say that okay, it's been launched into like the overall like big zeitgeist that everyone is aware of, like
mm,
pop culture. And I feel like One Piece is that now, to where it's like if you ask older people about it because they've may not have watched it, but they probably have seen it at like the cross promotion sporting events where it's like I think they had like a Lakers event where there was like a
yeah.
One Piece
There's a Lakers event.
promotional.
There's a
It was a baseball game.
yeah. Was it Boston Red Sox?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They did that
And
as
then there was
well. Macy's. Shooting Macy's
Macy's,
parade.
and then that the Netflix show. So it's like I feel like most people would be at least be able to understand. Okay, that's the show about the pirates, where
Mm,
it's like they may know their kids are into it, or that it's like a big thing that it's like maybe if they don't care about it, it's just like it's recognized. And I think that's really cool given where it started.
mm.
Now
Can
you
I?
can do your segue.
All right. Because so since we're speaking of One Piece, uh, Netflix did like a little teaser of the Wit Studio remake of One Piece. Because I know you mentioned
Hmm.
like it's hard. It's hard to catch up to One Piece. One Piece is like 1,179 chapters, 1,000
I'm
plus
trying.
episodes. It's tough, right? But
Yeah.
the older episodes, the animations like is literally from the 90s, like literally before some of the fans were born. So the Wit Studio remake is revamping all that. It's coming out this year. They didn't give us a date though, which is annoying. Like, don't
Hmm.
stop. Don't give me a teaser. Say, yeah, coming soon. Like, all right, man. When? Give us a date. And they're doing a there's a One Piece. Like, whenever Lego decides to make a Lego version of a thing, that's when I'm like, oh yeah, this is huge. So there's also a One Piece uh Lego a Lego One Piece series coming to Netflix also, but
Okay.
it's like a parody, right? Because it's like the captain, it's like Captain Usopp and his something. It was the title, I forgot. But yeah, One Piece is like taking off.
Yeah.
So
And have you seen the visuals for it beyond just like the little sketches they did in the trailer? Have you seen like the actual photos they released?
yeah, I saw the photos. Yeah.
It looks incredible. Like it looks like we all recognize that like anime is manga brought to life, but
Mm-hmm.
it literally takes the art style from the manga and like I feel like perfectly recreates it with all the vibrant colors that you would imagine when reading a manga.
Yeah, I love Wit Studio. Like I watch Yaiba
This looks
also.
amazing. Yeah.
Yaiba's on is an anime on Netflix. It's probably other
Hmm.
places, but I watch it on Netflix because it's like just right there. Their animation style is amazing. It's
Yeah.
very good. So I'm like very happy with this. Also, I feel like hold on, now I gotta go check. Yeah, they did like a season of Attack on Titan. They did sorry, the first three seasons of Attack on Titan was with Studio. Um
Hmm.
I yeah, so I had to go check because I couldn't remember which set they did. Like they switch Attack on Titan had switched studios at one point. They did the first season of Vinland Saga. That's when I got into it. I remember seeing Vinland Saga like, oh, what's this? Then I had to go read it. Ranking of
Hmm.
Kings, I love Ranking of Kings. Ranking of Kings is amazing. Josh Wassam, stop disrespecting Tubi. All right, Tubi got Yu-Gi-Oh GX. Matter of fact, I saw it on there.
It's gonna need more than that for me to subscribe.
It's free.
It's going to
Oh.
need more than that for me to subscribe. Like at this point, it's not even about the money. It's about where I'm investing my attention. And
Mm.
Tubi does have the Cartoon Network shows, don't they?
Yeah, they got all the Cartoon Network shows now.
Okay.
But
I
yeah,
will give them that one thing. And at that one time, they let me. I don't know if it was the Super Bowl or some big event that I had to download Tubi to watch it for free.
oh, I don't know. But I know I watch all the John Wicks on Tubi. Have me a
Okay.
little mini marathon.
Yeah.
I'm telling y'all,
Yeah.
don't sleep on Tubi. You just gotta watch commercials. It's like watching normal TV.
I might have to be a late investor. I'm not
Yeah,
saying
go
it
ahead, get
doesn't
on
have
that too.
potential, but as it stands right now, it is the world star hip hop of streaming.
It's rude.
Uh,
But yeah, the Wit Studios is an amazing animation studio. So
yeah.
definitely
I mean,
cannot wait.
even down to the shading of the characters, it looks like someone did it with pencil, like on an actual page. Like
Yeah,
it's incredible. I'm
they're
excited
really
for it.
good. Yeah, I'm excited.
We're not we're not gonna address Caucasian Usopp, but I feel like they could have darkened him a few shades because that is
Nah,
very much a white man with a Jerry curl.
that's how he look in the manga. That's what I was trying to tell you.
That is Paulie Shore. That does
That's
not
fine.
look like. And it's like the one thing I do think that's really cool is that in the live action, they definitively stamp what their cultures and ethnicities are.
Yes.
So that's the difference. So it's like if I had just been going from the manga to the Wit Studio remake, or even from the anime to the Wit Studio remake, I wouldn't have been as like what's what I'm looking for nitpicky about this, but
Mm.
like seeing Usopp in live action and knowing that's supposed to be a black man, seeing that Vivi is supposed to be Middle Eastern, it's like I would like them to be way more reflected accurately in this Wit Studio remake, which very much will become the definitive version for so many people who don't want to go through all the side stuff and filler in the original
Mm.
anime.
Yeah, but this it's still a. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I see you, Smith Carlito. Dexter's Lab is fantastic, and yes, it was on Tubi. They got it all,
Mm.
man. And yes, Vivi is in the live action season 2, and she is her correct nationality, ethnicity. However, interchangeably you want to use those. And for that, so the reason I'm assuming the Wit Studio remake did not like bring the races over into the anime is because like
Mhm.
I think like they want the essence of the manga, right? They're just adapting the manga. So this is how the characters look in the manga. This is what we're bringing you. All the nationality stuff that you have in the live action, they all came from an SBS, and SBS is like a I forgot what SBS stands for, but like fans would like write Oda and he'd answer their questions. And one day someone asked like, "Hey, what would be the nationalities of the Straw Hats if they were in the real world?" And then he went down the list. He just started saying what they were, and then eventually he expanded it to add like some of the Shichibukai and then like the supernovas, right? Like I think Kid is like Scottish, right?
Mhm.
Robin's Russian. Uh, Usopp is just African. Don't even say where. But
That is a black man, clearly.
Blackbeard is like Somalian, right? Vivi is supposed to be Middle Eastern, right?
Mhm.
So it's Chopper is a reindeer. So, but yes, he's Canadian because he's a reindeer.
That would have been hilarious.
Where else do they have reindeer? Actually,
Alaska?
okay. I don't be knowing nothing, man. You know,
Where is Santa based at? Wherever that is, canonically, or where the lore is inspired by. I'm guessing.
the North Pole.
No,
I don't know.
I don't feel like that's inhabitable for anything more than polar bears
Yeah.
and crazy white people who want to go exploring tundra and unleash strange viruses from glaciers.
Sorry, Kid is. I said Kid was Scottish, right? Like Scotland. Is that what I said?
I think so.
Okay, I'm making sure. Frankie's American because Frankie is actually based off of Ace Ventura. Uh,
Gotcha. Okay.
matter of fact, if Enel ever gets introduced in a live action and Eminem gets cast, that's like the perfect casting because Enel was based off of Eminem.
Gotcha.
So
Huh.
that would be amazing.
What's the name? You know the Wanted? You ever seen Wanted with James McAvoy,
Yeah,
Angelina Jolie?
love that movie.
So that comic was that movie was inspired by a comic, and the character in that comic was inspired by Eminem. So Eminem would technically have two acting roles if that movie was done accurate to
Yeah, Wanted
the
is when they
actual
curve the
characters.
bullets.
Yeah. Also, the actual comic for Wanted is the most degenerate thing you can imagine.
Hmm.
Like it's like The Boys, but with an assassin as opposed to like superheroes and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, since we're already on One Piece, let's just knock out the other two stories. Joshua Awesome also mentioned that there's a Lego set coming out for One Piece, which is
Mhm.
bound to sell millions upon millions, and it's gonna
Yeah.
make a shit ton of money because one Lego set these days costs like $150.
I was watching the Toys That Made Us, and
Hmm.
like rewatching. I love that show, and just watching the episode about Lego when they were like down and out, they just go license something, just to, and they
It's
got
a
to give a
brilliant.
big royalty when they do it, but like the money cometh.
Yeah,
So
like now it's even more than just like what's the name? Like character sets, like for like Star Wars or Jurassic Park or anything. Like they just have like sculptures, like flowers, or
yeah, a friend of mine
like
loved
a
the flower joints.
King
Like
Tut. Yeah,
that's good. I love Legos.
I
Fun
just wish they
fact,
weren't so damn expensive.
their like patent ran out. Like when they
Hmm.
first started doing it, the patent for like the snap fit had run out, and as soon as it ran out, someone immediately started making. That's when you got Mega Blocks out the gate. Just started copying that joint, but nothing
Wow.
sticks like a Lego.
Yeah. And our last bit of One Piece news, One Piece live action season 3 has been announced. The Battle of Alabasta.
Yeah, well, we knew that was coming.
Yeah.
I think they just kept filming after season one. I think they knew what they had. So season two, season three, they kept filming. I will
Yeah.
say we've talked about our thoughts. I would hope that whoever the new showrunner is, because the previous showrunner left, I would hope that they stick more to the feel of of the manga. Like I don't need.
Mhm.
I want to see the book recreated. Right. I don't need
Yeah.
their creative vision thrown in here where they just start
Yeah.
doing what they think is best. I don't like that. So
Yeah. I mean, that's one concession I've always had to make with a lot of these live action adaptations. Like, is the best one for one recreation of manga or like a
mm,
source material, like a book. But with the live action stuff, it's like there's always got to be something different, either because if they are too honest to the source material, like the visuals might enter the uncanny valley, like we see with stretchy characters like Luffy or Reed Richards, or you know, anything that they feel like will not translate very well to live action, whether it be something that's outside of the concept of reality, even in this imagined world, or if it's just something that's like outdated values or whatever. So it's like
mm,
it frustrates me when it happens sometimes, but I do understand where they're coming from. But I also have to give credit to the One Piece live action because if I'm being honest, like this is the most accurate live action adaptation of anything I have seen, where it's like I think the gold standard, and I say gold standard not because of like quality, but
that's a
more just
low
in terms of
bar.
accuracy. Like I would say another really close live action adaptation is like Watchmen, but it deviates
Yeah.
heavily from what the source material intended in terms of like the perception of superheroes. But in terms of visuals, it's fantastic. So it's like I get where you're coming from, but I also think the live action deserves a lot of credit. And I'm just realizing we've spent 20 minutes on One Piece, and this is not the main topic.
I know that's. I just last thing because when I say that I'm talking like I understand you have to adapt things, so you have to change it up and shorten it, but like you don't need to change story elements. That's what bothers me. Like when
No.
the wrong giant is the one that got the bomb in his mouth. You know what I mean? Like for
Yeah.
what? You didn't have to change that. Or like Wapple didn't eat his two henchmen. Apparently, everyone became a little random monster to fight. Like you didn't have to do that. I feel stuff like that. Or Nami's village doesn't know that she's like doing this for them, so they actually hate her in the live action. You don't have to do that. That's
That's fair.
things like that are what bother me. Sorry, and
That's
yes,
fair.
Free Ren. I don't know when part two of this season, the new season of Free Ren comes out, but that is also coming. But One Piece live action is next year. I would hope the second part of Free Ren is later this year.
Gotcha. So back to food news. We still have two more stories.
Oh,
Um,
sorry.
Hershey says it will use classic recipes for all Reese's products starting next year. This comes after Reese's peanut butter cups inventor's grandson blasted them for replacing the candy's chocolate and peanut butter ingredients. What the fuck have people been eating this entire time? Oh, it was all vegetable oils and fats, which is still
Mm,
concerning because I don't trust that. I feel like it was way more just artificial bullshit that we're gonna discover is like lying dormant in our flesh, like microplastics,
Hmm.
in about 30 years or so. FDA is just gonna like shadow drop that article and be like, hey, by the way, remember all those Reese's you ate? You now have some weird cancer.
Sorry, I was
That guy.
looking. Sorry.
Because you stayed quiet, it got real dark. So we just gonna move on.
No. I'm glad that Reese. This is my favorite candy. I'm glad they're switching it back because I can't eat it these days. It don't taste the same. But I was checking because Josh Rossum said free win the next part of the season is October, and it is October of 2027. So that sucks because I love this arc. It's like they fight one of the demon kings. Like I forgot what they're called, but they fight one of them. That sucks.
And
Okay.
our last bit of food news slash freaky news: California chocolate recalled after it was revealed to have been spiked with Viagra ingredients.
That's
Very weird. Let's move
weird.
on. I wonder if that was part of like the stolen Kit Kat heist. It was like, what was that? What was that action movie with the old people? Red, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like just a bunch of old men stealing Viagra chocolates to get their groove on. All right. And some music news. NSYNC's Bye 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 dance creator sues Sony Music over viral Deadpool movie scene.
I thought that was funny. I
Yeah.
hope he wins too, because his argument is like Sony. It wasn't Sony's choreography to license, right? And he
Mm-hmm.
had been making. He had actually made like dance videos and like tutorials based off the success of the Bye Bye Bye. So it's his brand, but Deadpool reached out to Sony to license it. Sony said, "Yeah, sure," and he's like, "You
Mm-hmm.
can't do that. So now you've taken away from my pockets."
Question though. Can you copyright dances?
He choreographed it. It's different, right? It's not like a little viral sensation
Uh-huh.
type dance. This is a choreography from a music video. So
Yeah.
he performed this choreography. So I
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think it was widely associated with him and NSYNC before Deadpool. So I get the need for the lawsuit.
Yeah. So my question about that was because it's like Joshua also makes a point. Like Turk from Scrubs made up a dance to Poison, and Fortnite put it in their game
Mm-hmm.
without Donald Faison's consent. And the same thing happened with
Mm-hmm.
what's the name? Alfonso Ribeiro with the Carlton dance.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a big controversy about that. So now I'm confused. It's about like could they have copywritten those dance moves and then gotten money for the licensing, or is it like is this setting a precedent? Like, if he wins this case, does that mean that like choreography can be copywritten in the same way that like certain songs are?
I don't know. I would hope that honestly, I feel like they should be able to sue Fortnite for those wildly recognizable
I think so too.
dances.
Yeah, but it's like that's the thing. I th- I, I don't know if I'm hallucinating this, but I would think that like if I recall correctly, Alfonso Ribeiro got the Carlton dance from somebody else. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was inspired by I don't know, maybe it was Tom Jones or like somebody else that he saw, and then like he put his own little spin on it. So it's like would then it trigger effect where like whoever he got that dance from can then sue him, and
Mm-hmm.
it's very confusing. So I
I
don't
feel
know
like
how this is going to play out in court.
to me this one is just different because it is choreography. It's not like some random improvised dance. He didn't
Hmm.
get it from someone else. He created this. It's verifiable that he created this.
So
Because
it's the difference between if you just do it the same way like Turk did the poison dance, as opposed to like having actual steps that can be like documented.
yeah, the bye 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 one is actual steps. He taught people. He taught in
Gotcha.
sync how to do this. So I,
I
I
see.
would imagine it probably works differently. I don't know if there's like licensing or copyrights that also go with that. Maybe like when whoever owned or like in sync in their managers, maybe when they paid him for the to teach them choreography, that was it.
Hmm.
Maybe it's like a one time payment thing, or maybe he gets a royalty. I don't know. I don't know how it
Gotcha.
works with dance
Okay.
moves, but I feel like this
So
this specifically should work differently.
So I just looked it up. So original choreographed dances can be copywritten in the US under the Copyright
Well,
Act of 1976, so long as they're recorded or written down. It can't be an individual move, it can't be a social dance, and it can't be a
oh
simple
yeah,
routine.
yeah. This
So
is
like Carlton doing this is too simple of a routine to qualify.
yeah. This definitely qualifies it. This is none of
Yeah, because
those. Like,
it's step by step written
yeah,
down, etc. That makes sense. Okay.
go off, man. Get your money.
Yeah.
So
Hey, listen, power to the creators. I get it.
yeah, get your money, man. Good luck, Sony.
Um, This would have been a perfect segue from the anime discussion we had because I'm so frustrated about this. So DC's Absolute Universe, which consists of Absolute Batman, Absolute Wonder Woman, just all the Justice League characters, just put Absolute before it, and it exists in Darkseid's universe where the prevailing power is despair instead of hope, the way it is in the mainland universe with Superman,
Mhm.
where Superman's energy is the most prevailing power. But yeah, this DC Absolute Universe has sold roughly 12 million units since launching in October 2024. Absolute Batman is consistently selling 300,000 issues per month. To give you some context, some of the best and biggest events throughout comic history with respect to the present. So I'd say like within the last 20 years have only sold around 100,000 units per month. The fact that Absolute Batman is selling that kind of number alone is insane.
Hmm.
We haven't seen numbers like this since like the Silver Age, when there was no other means of entertainment beyond that. Going down to your local soda pop parlor, or I was gonna say something really dark. Anyways, my frustration with this, I'm very happy this is happening. I love it when the comics medium prevails in any way. I'm reading a few series from the Absolute Comics line, specifically Absolute Batman, Absolute Wonder Woman, Superman, Flash. Martian Manhunters is kind of cool, and Green Lanterns is kind of ass. And that is one more that I can't think of right now. But I'm reading it and I'm loving it. But this is what should be turned into like the comic equivalent of an anime. It's like if this was a manga that was selling this kind of numbers in comparison to like whatever the big number is for manga, like if I don't know, One Piece issue, or if Shonen Jump sold, I don't know, do you have any numbers on hand? Like if you had to guess an
For sure.
average, how many
Well,
articles does how many issues does Shonen Jump sell a month?
so
If you had to guess.
it's so I don't know because Shonen Jump is like it's not even the main thing, right? All these
Yeah.
things appear in Shonen Jump, and then volumes released separately, right? So
Hmm.
manga's like different. Like everything that's in Shonen Jump has its own book.
Gotcha.
And
It's
the
like
own book
Shonen
is
Jump
like
is like the compendium, right?
yeah, but it's not even like official because some of the things inside Jump will change, right?
Hmm.
And then you get the main volume. But
Okay,
like
I got you.
I remember one month, like let's say when Demon Slayer like hit its peak,
Hmm.
like 400 million, something ridiculous.
400 what? What?
It
Like,
yeah, it was like a month when Demon Slayer beat
okay,
One
so
Piece.
okay, let's use Demon Slayer as an example. If a manga was selling Demon Slayer numbers at its peak, like the Absolute run is, they would already have several seasons of this anime prepped, loaded, and being developed as the manga was going. This is
Mhm.
exactly what DC should be doing. DC has a universe with characters that are happening from the start, which aren't that confusing because there aren't a bunch of different runs. There aren't a bunch of different crazy events going on that you might get lose track of on your journey with following these characters.
Mhm.
Literally, just make an animated series. You can have filler if you want to, if you want to delay time between the issues or whatever. And I get that would put a lot of pressure on the actual comic creators, but there is a lot of money and a lot of popularity and a lot of overall cultural zeitgeist power that could come from this.
Mhm.
This could put DC on the map in a way that would transcend Marvel in time. Because Marvel had the big dominant run when it came to their movies from like 2008 to just, let's say, kind of post Endgame. But it's like if DC started following the manga concept with these characters specifically, don't do Batman, don't do the original characters because it's way
Mhm.
too confusing. And there's no one specific timeline that you could do that didn't risk pissing off everybody in the process who've been with those characters since, I don't know, the Silver Age or whatever. But it's like, make an anime out of this. Make an animated series that you put on HBO Max Plus, Paramount, whatever it's going to be called now, and just let people enjoy it, either whether it be in the source material as a book or just following along with the anime, and just get fantastic artists. Just do the Trinity. You don't even have to do like every character from the Absolute Universe. Literally just get Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, give them all differing art styles in their animated shows, and then just do all of their stories from the beginning, one simple arc, all the way to where the manga decides to end. And I guarantee you that's a shit ton of money, a shit ton of cultural power. So many more things can be done with this. It does run the risk of making this the mainstream perception of these characters, but this is the most interested the mainstream has been in these characters since I don't know when.
It won't work because they're going to use that invisible animation.
I will fucking scream.
Say no. No, but so all right, before I say so, before I respond, because I got a lot now to respond to. Josh Ross, I'm sorry, I don't want to miss your question. The Deadpool used the entire dance. They didn't just use the bye 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 part. He did the whole routine. So since he did the whole routine, and Sony was like, "Yeah, it's okay." Sony can't do that. That's what he's saying. And then all right for Demon Slayer, it was actually like I forgot what year it was, or I don't know why I forgot because I literally just looking at it. It might have been like 2021 at like what's half the year? June. So it was like at 45 million worldwide, and
Wow.
One Piece was next at it was like 20. So that was like 7 point something million a month in like book sales, and that's not Shonen Jump sales. That's specifically the Demon Slayer volume. But I do agree. I think these days, because anime is so popular, I think that doing this with like the Absolute Comics, there's an understanding, right? That this is specifically absolute, the absolute version of Batman, Superman, whatever you're making, because people that are that would be viewing this now understand how that works. It's like an OVA, right? Because all anime watchers know what an OVA is. It's not like the official. It's not canon. Nothing in it is canon, but it exists. It is something to watch. So I think it'll work that way, and I think it'll work well, especially for what James Gunn is trying to do with the DCU, because you can continue to make that content. Have like they already do it now. They with their Amazing Superman, My Best Friend Superman, whatever that thing is called, that sucks. I hate it. I don't like the story. So, but they're already doing it, right? So I think
it's a simplified version for like the mainstream audience, but
yeah.
I agree.
So they're already setting up. So I don't think it's confusing at that point. I think it works. I don't think Marvel can do that though, because let's say like Josh Russell mentioned the like Ultimate Universe for X-Men, which I haven't read it in a long time because Marvel's fell off for a while. But Marvel's already it's too like convoluted everything they're doing, and they're trying to get back on track with like the series. They can't then start making animation that like has nothing to do with the main story, right? Even if they have X-Men 97 and then Ultimate X-Men, that's confusing. So I don't think Marvel can do
Anything
it.
involving X-Men is going to confuse the fuck out of comic readers, let alone average TV show viewers.
Yeah, or they're like I think Marvel can keep making like remember they made Marvel Zombies,
Yeah.
a 3-part series just so they could put Spider-Man in it. This is literally the only reason it wasn't a movie, because if they had combined it, they couldn't use Spider-Man. It is very funny to me.
But
You could do that, like little like one-shot comic runs. I think it makes more sense. It's not confusing, but like a whole comic run, like the DC Absolute stuff, I don't think Marvel could do that. But DC could. They're set up to do it.
Yeah, but it's like, what happens if you want to do a season 2 of a comic run? It's like, let's say you have season 1 that's like, I don't know, Spider-Man, the run where
Go to
he
DC.
suddenly becomes,
Ignore it. Marvel can't do it. It's got to be, if Marvel does it, has to be like those one shot comics, right? Like I got one over there, like a House of M. Well, no, that's a main event. Uh,
See, now you understand my problem. It's very
uh,
confusing after a while.
yeah, because some of the Marvel ones are like canon events, right? Marvel
Mhm.
Zombies is not. Uh, I think
Yeah.
all the ones I have for Marvel are like the canon events.
You could do in the event, like we're talking about, like just Marvel stuff. You could do less. You could do like entire creator runs. So it's like you could do like Jonathan Hickman's run of the X-Men where they're in Krakoa. Or you could do was it Chris Claremont's X-Men? Like that whole run from like the 90s,
Oh,
which then kind of just runs into X-Men 97. Huh?
and pay somebody else. You're crazy.
Yeah, and that's another thing you would need. Like you would need to give power back to the creators, which I know these big studios would never do.
They not
That's my
they,
biggest concern.
they're
It's
not
like
finna
if
pay
you're
him.
gonna exactly if you're gonna do a Hickman run, let Hickman run it. If you're gonna do like the same way Oda runs the anime, to my knowledge, right? Where it's like nothing flies without Oda's word. He's like
Well,
God.
yeah, but he'll like go in and sometimes he'll forget to tell them things. Like there's a
Hmm.
character in the anime that gets introduced, but he forgot to tell them like, oh, it's not this person. So they needed a different voice, stuff like that. He does. They like consult with him because they base it on the manga, but like colorways and stuff like that. They'll ask like, hey, is this correct? Uh,
Hmm.
or he'll tell them like what it's supposed to look like. But you like
God.
we've talked about this before. You don't have that in America. But
Yeah.
besides for like Invincible, because that entire thing is Kirkman.
Yeah. That's another good example. Just remove the terrible PNG animations.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what could be? I think we've gone through a total of 6 stories and we're almost 40 minutes in. So I'm gonna run through a few of these.
Mm-hmm.
Um, The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, is reportedly on track to run for 5 seasons, with the $1 billion Prime Video show said to still be under the protection of Amazon boss Jeff Bezos' magical halo.
Yeah, I don't know why. I guess he just loves it because I'm pretty sure no one else does.
Yeah,
I couldn't
either
even
that or
finish it.
he's like
I
got some
tried.
like money laundering scheme going through it.
Plus, with the new Colbert uh, film coming out, the Colberts, because I know his son is writing it with him.
Yeah, I have more faith in that, even though I don't really want it.
I don't want it either, but yeah, I got more faith in it. He seems like a. I'm sure Bezos is also a fan,
Yeah,
but Bezos, I'm sure he's not like creative controlling this. He just wants it, and it's his money. So like, keep making it. Like it's like he likes the show. It's like because I like it, you will keep making it.
that is probably the most human thing he's ever done. Because that's some
Yeah,
shit I would do. Like if I had that kind of money, I'm like make me a show just because I want to watch
you'd say, "Hey, hire Bo back."
it. Hell,
I'm always
hey,
gonna
listen.
sneak
I
Bo in
love
there.
the first season X-Men '97 is like in my god tier list of like great adaptations, but we don't need that man back, even though he was brilliant when it came to that one thing.
Hold you saw the poster for X-Men '97, right? The new one.
Yeah, I'm not excited. I'm
Yeah, I'm
scared.
not either. I just to throw that in there. There's a poster. Y'all can go check it out. It shows some of the characters in the new season. I'm not excited. I saw that. I was like, I do not want to watch this.
Mm, yeah,
This don't look nothing like what it's supposed to look like.
I mean,
Why is this person here?
I'm not I'm not worried about the appearances of the characters. I'm fine with that. I'm mostly worried about the fact that it's now being run by one of the people responsible for Marvel What If.
I no, I'm saying I saw it and I was like, why is this person here? Why are they using this character? I like stuff like
Which
that.
which, which person?
I don't remember, man, because I just saw it. I was mad.
Yeah,
I
I
gotta go back.
see. This looks like Sunspot, Cable's here, Magneto with a goatee,
Yeah, I thought they were doing
Nightcrawler
Age
looking
of
great.
Apocalypse. That's why I was
Yeah,
confused.
yes, they are.
So then
Yeah,
I saw the poster and I was like, why is this person specifically in the Age of Apocalypse?
yeah. I mean, they all got transported back in time, so it does make sense within that canon.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm just worried because the showrunner comes from a show that's not as good in any regard.
Yeah, whatever.
So we'll see what happens. In more Lord of the Rings news, Leo Woodall will reportedly play Aragorn in Lord of the Rings: The Hunt for Gollum.
Okay.
He don't look like Viggo Mortensen at all,
Yeah,
but if
it's
they like him,
fine.
okay.
Yeah.
And some TV news. We're getting Funny AF with Kevin Hart, a new competition series where Kevin and a team of comedy legends are searching for the next big comic star, and our vote will crown the winner starting April 20th on
Yeah,
Netflix.
I'm excited for that because I like comedy. One of the people I recognize two of the people in there. There's like this black woman, lesbian. She does like content that I actually don't think is funny. I've just seen her enough. And then
Mm-hmm.
there's what's his name? Is Ron something?
Is it the
Uh,
girl with the glasses?
yeah, I just recognize her.
Yeah, she funny as hell.
I've never seen her stand up though. That's why I've seen her do other things. The
Ooh,
things that I've
okay.
seen her do is like with other people, and it's just not funny to me. But I'm interested
Yeah.
to see her stand up. And then the dude with the bush, I
Mm-hmm.
love his comedy, so yeah, I'm excited for that.
Gotcha. Now I'm excited
It
for that. I've always liked this format, like this American Idol
yeah
format. I just didn't care for American Idol singing and
yeah I hate
stuff. So
American
it's like
Idol. They
if you
can't
can
sing shit.
apply it to anything else like this, I'm interested.
No, yeah, and Josh Russell. It basically is Last Comic Standing.
That's yeah, okay,
Yeah, it
that makes
basically
sense.
is. Or for the black folks, Who Got Jokes? Remember Who
Oh,
Got Jokes?
yeah. You
That's
know what I
actually
miss?
where I saw Tiffany Haddish and Little Rel. They were on Who Got Jokes.
Yeah, you know what I miss? Comic View. Remember Comic View?
I love Comic View.
Oh my God. That was the first time I first discovered Earthquake, uh Lavelle Crofton, all of them.
Mm-hmm. And Def Comedy Jam.
Yeah. Oh yeah, everyone knows Def Comedy, man. That's where all the legends came from.
I love it.
Um, Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord debuts at 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. The two-episode premiere is now on Disney Plus.
That's a gas. I don't know if it's that good. It's pretty decent though. I'm like
Mhm.
I watched the first two episodes, so I'm like invested now. But 100%, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm tempted to watch. For those who don't know, Darth Maul is my favorite Star Wars character. I think his line he delivered at the end of Clone Wars, where he's talking about how, what was it? What was it? Justice is the concept of the current power base and all that stuff. Like he's an amazing deep thinker, and I do like those kind of characters. Kind of like the same way I love Doctor Doom. But I'm
so,
kind of just
so he
I'm
said
I'm,
that compared it to Acolyte. Yeah, anything's 100%
I'm
compared to that.
I'm just tired of all the characters from the Skywalker saga, man. I want something different. I feel like this is just retreading old ground,
Just watch it,
and
man.
it's gonna end with him running into fucking Ben Kenobi and shit. And I'm just tired of all of them.
Just watch it, man. It's animation anyway, so it's
I'm
different.
tired, bro. I'm tired.
Animation's pretty good too. It's like that Clone War style, but like 2026, so it's a lot better.
Like I said, I think it's gonna be great because Darth Maul is brilliant, and I do like that they made him into more than just the guy that Kenobi sliced in half
Mm,
and was stunt acted by Ray Park. But I don't know. We'll see. If I got time, maybe I'll turn it on background noise.
mm. Now you gotta pay attention.
Ah, shit. Okay. The final season of The Boys debuts with 100% on Rotten Tomatoes as well.
Yeah, we'll see.
I feel like they just giving out 100%.
Yeah, that's why I don't trust it. Like I gotta see for myself. So we'll see. I know there's been some discourse about the boys too, because none of the Gen V characters have a prominent role, and then
We don't
given
need them.
no, but given the reveal at the end of Gen V, you would think, all right, so this character should have a prominent role. I said this character because I forgot her name.
Who Bloodbender?
Yeah, she should have a prominent role
Marie.
because she's like a special. She's like Homelander, right? There's certain V recipients that are Odessa's, right? She's Odessa,
Mhm.
he's Odessa,
Yeah.
and
I
like
mean,
it's like you get that reveal, and then you get into the boys, and it doesn't matter. Like, all right, so
yeah. I mean, I
we'll see
see.
though.
Like, it would be cool to see Marie again, but I think the boys,
Oh, that's
since it's
happening.
the final season of the boys, let's just focus on the boys. Like, let's just get their story concluded because I think there's only 8 episodes, and there's a lot they have to do with this finale. So like, let's just complete that arc, and then we're gonna have more seasons of Gen V, and then we're gonna have that Vought show, Vought Rising. So
Yeah, I think if you make this character a Homelander level character,
Hmm.
right? You're redoing the whole story anyway. Why is she not fighting Homelander?
Because
Theoretically, she's the only person that could actually do something to him.
I get that, but I feel like that undercuts the entire arc of all the characters that in the boys that they've been building for the last 5 seasons.
That's
Like it
fair.
has been the boys versus Homelander, and then for her to come along as like this Deus Ex Machina would then kind of make them all seem useless.
I guess.
Yeah. And also his son too. Like his son has a lot more stake in this. It's like yes, Marie
Son of old as shit
has
nasty.
been wronged by Homelander, but she doesn't have the deep-seated history that the boys have. So I would rather see the
Yeah,
boys
that's
team
fine.
up with his son
All right.
and take his ass down. Or put a bomb in his ass the way they did that invisible dude in the first season.
It's
That which
weird,
was very weird, but it's how they took him out. And apparently everyone they all of the enhanced ones are just soft and squishy on the insides. That's the only way you can take them out, which is a very strange concept to employ, but that's their canon, not mine. I didn't write it.
man.
I'm excited for this. Animorphs TV series in development at Disney Plus. Ryan Coogler's Proximity Media is to produce.
Yeah, I'm also excited. I
Will
love
be producing.
Animorphs. I used to buy all the books.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I hope they keep all of the what's I'm looking for. All of the negative effects of anamorphing, where it's like you can only do it for 2 hours.
Yeah.
If you
Ron
stay in
Coogler,
there
he gonna
long,
keep
you
that.
you can get trapped. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's gonna do it, but like I would like to
Well,
see them
he's
really emphasize that.
producing, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's like I want to see like if you stay in there too long, like your mind begins to like starts to like meld with the animal you're in. So like
Mhm.
you can't really take the risk of getting into savage animals because you'll start to become feral, or you'll just get trapped in the animal forever.
Yeah.
That kind of
I
shit.
I agree with Josh Awesome. I do hope it's dark and gritty. Uh, and I remember there was like a character who had gotten stuck in like his animal
Hmm.
form. I love that show, but it's to me it's not for kids. So I do hope that, or sorry, it's for us, right? We're not kids anymore. I
Yeah.
don't know any child like your son hasn't read Animorphs, right? He probably never seen the book
No,
before in his life.
he's on Harry Potter.
Exactly. So I would hope that they do a dark and gritty version because it's for us and we're adults. So
I
we'll
would
see.
agree. However, the characters in Animorphs are kids. They're like middle schoolers as well. So it's
Yeah,
like you really can't get that
yes,
dark and gritty with a bunch of kids
yes, you
due to
can.
laws.
No,
Since
like
when?
you can like have like fake death. Like it doesn't have to. You're not like actually killing kids. Like they're acting.
I mean, if we're looking at this objectively, like these are a bunch of kids being drafted into an interstellar war.
Yeah, let them
Like that
fight a
part is
war
different.
for real.
But in terms of like what you can actually do with that, in terms of like just Hollywood laws,
There's
you
no
can't
Hollywood law
go.
that you can kill the kid in the movie or the show.
Yeah, but when you say gritty, do you mean like bloody and shit, or do you just mean like
Yes,
kids actually dying? You can't do that with kids.
yes, you can. Since
Not
when?
extent, not you can't go above and beyond with killing children.
Why not?
You can have moments like scattered throughout where like
But you
adults
could.
are getting killed, and then you have
But
like the
hold
occasional
on,
one
no.
shot.
But in
But it can't
Euphoria,
be back to back children.
they can be getting double teamed and be dumb high, and it doesn't make
First,
sense. Those
first of
are in high
all, those are
school.
grown ass people.
No, they're in high school.
Zendaya was like 24, 25 when
It
that
don't
show was
matter.
made.
Her character's in high school.
So you're saying, okay, put the kids in high school.
No, I'm saying if my point is it doesn't matter. Middle school, high school, it shouldn't matter. Like this is not as bad as like all the sexual stuff in Euphoria.
Yeah, but
But
Euphoria had adult actors. If you want to have a bunch of adults play middle schoolers and be like, hello, fellow kids, that's the only way this is going to work.
I don't get it.
But
Maybe
you
it's because
can't have young kid actors in like excessively gritty and grisly scenes.
man, I've seen Battle Royale. I really don't understand. We in a different world. It's a different time, man.
I mean, it's a more sensitive world.
Yeah,
Like,
thank you. Josh Ross was right. Kids die in Harry Potter. They killed that little
yeah, but
Myrtle.
they die in like PG-13 ways where it's like off screen, or they just like turn pale, or they like fall asleep
Well,
very
it's
dramatically.
2026. You can go ahead and kill that kid on the series. Battle
But it's like,
Royale, they was everybody was dying. That joint's amazing.
where was Battle Royale made?
Japan.
My point exactly. Like
They bringing
here,
everything
like
else from
oh
Japan here. You might as well bring
yeah,
that
but
energy.
I don't see them adapting this kind of concept in a very gritty, grisly way. Because it's like it's not just the fact of like kids dying. You also have to do body horror, and that's another thing that might get people up in arms. And
Kill
I don't see.
kill them as
I don't.
animals. And then
Now you
Peter,
done upset Peter.
here comes Peter.
That could be one way around it, but it's like
Mhm.
I would love the concept of like so we've all seen the Animorph book covers where it's like you see the kid morph and like the holographic
To a
transition into
roach.
like the rat or like a, a rhino or a roach. Like I would love if they went like full body horror with that, where you saw like the gruesome effects of like the same way we've seen like werewolves where like bones crack and skin stretches and tears and all that other shit.
All right.
But I don't see them doing that with children. It
We'll
would
see.
have to be aged up in a way. Make it high school, get adults who look young to play the high schoolers the same way they do with like Stranger Things and shit. And
Teenagers with
then
attitudes like Power Rangers.
yeah, this would be dope. I would like I don't know if they're gonna do it in middle school. I would prefer if they did it high school personally, but I know people who are sticklers for canon where it's like, no, these are a bunch of kids, so like keep them and keep all those elements, and I get that too. But me
It'll be
personally,
alright.
yeah, get a bunch of young looking adults to just go full hardcore with all this body horror shit.
A bunch of Hayden Penetaries. Thank you, Joshua Awesome. I don't watch
Because those are
Stranger Things.
grown ass people. One,
Nah,
the last season of Stranger Things, who was the main girl who plays 11? What's her
I
name?
don't know. Is it Millie Bobby Brown?
There we go. I was either going to say that or Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm glad you said that first.
Is it
But
Marjorie Taylor?
Millie Bobby
Never
Brown,
mind. Go ahead.
that's the crazy ass space lasers politician. But
Mm.
Millie Bobby Brown had a child before the last season of Stranger Things.
Oh, she
These
had a
were
kid.
adults.
Congratulations.
I think she did. I know she got married too.
Oh, congratulations.
I'm pretty. I don't quote me on the whole kid thing, but I'm pretty sure
I'll be honest. I don't care.
somebody
I
at
don't even know
some
what this girl
point
look like. I'm just saying.
somebody at some point on that show produced a child while acting as a child, or it might have been Euphoria. I don't know. But point is, you have to have adult actors to portray kids if you're gonna do all that gritty, sexual, nightmarish shit that people would want from an R rating.
All right.
Mass Effect TV show ordered to rewrite scripts and make them more appealing to non-gamers.
Hilarious.
Did you play
That's
Mass?
gonna fail. I played the first one. I think.
That's the worst one.
I think that's the only one I played. Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
All right. Whatever.
It's a great game. It's the worst of the three. My favorite was two. That's one of the posters I'm actually going to get in my wall of
Man,
fame.
we run out of time,
Yeah.
man. breathe through stories.
I want to commit to my promise to fill up this wall so I don't get roasted anymore. I get it. I'm just worried about how much they're trying to appeal to non-gamers.
I think they should follow the Fallout format, which was very successful. So
Yeah. But the Fallout format requires like completely made up characters. I would want the canonical character
It's true.
from Mass Effect to be in the show because like the characters are iconic. You got Garrus, Tally, Shepard, all of them.
Hmm.
Hollywood studios are making significantly fewer movies and TV shows, resulting in a 30% drop in the industry's employment from a late 2022 peak.
Yeah, it's tough. Who was that guy that was he did like a video talking about how he couldn't even get work because the work that did exist was going to like big actors who traditionally would only be in movies. It's just not how it is no more. And that's why you gotta get Tubi. Just go ahead and make it yourself.
He did make a very valid point. I wish I remembered his name. He's like one of those
That's
actors where it's like
we don't remember his name, so he can't get a role.
I hate that I do because it's like he's one of those actors that you've seen in everything, but you cannot put a name to him to save your life. If you could look him up, that would be great.
I can't.
But
Nobody that's not black. So, yeah, he's struggling.
you do have non-black blondes.
My lady was watching something. I kept saying, "Oh, that's Hilary Swank," and I wasn't joking. I thought it was Hilary Swank. She was like, "It's not." I still don't know who it was.
You got that same problem. What Cheryl Lee Ralph got from?
It's not a joke. It's real. It's a real thing.
Oh man, But he did make that actor whose name I can't remember made a very valid point in that the middle class is disappearing from acting.
Thank you.
Because before you,
It was Jennifer Garner.
jeez,
Thank you.
you didn't know Jennifer, you didn't know Elektra, the most iconic Elektra who's ever lived.
Thought she was Hillary Swank. Like I was not joking. I really thought she was Hillary Swank.
You know what? That's fair. She does look a little bit like Hillary Swank. I can't even get mad at that. But yeah, the middle class is disappearing both societally as well as in in the entertainment industry. Like it's unfortunate. And now you have big name actors doing the TV shows that the middle class actors would have been doing to make a paycheck. And then you also have TV shows that don't last longer than like 8 episodes a season, whereas before it was like 20, like 22 to 24 episodes, which all was done because of advertising. I also watched a story about how very often, every time you saw like a cliffhanger, whether it be in the middle of a season or at the end of a season, the writers didn't know what was coming next. They just did that and just had to figure it out because the machine had to keep churning on. And then sometimes they stuck the landing and sometimes they didn't. But very often the reason why we saw those long seasons is because the more shows that there were, especially if it was a big show like Seinfeld or like Grey's Anatomy, that meant more commercials that could be played. And that was like one of the primary ways people got their advertisements because we didn't have like phones, like smartphones and shit like that. Anyways, it's just sad to see it because if I go into this next article, it states that the U.S. box office has reached $1.77 billion in the first quarter of 2026. This is the best start to the calendar year at the domestic box office since the COVID-19 pandemic.
That's good.
So the money is up, but the jobs are down.
That leads to our main topic too. We'll talk about that also.
Does it?
Yeah, it's the same thing for our main topic.
Okay.
It's literally year to year revenue like is up.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. You got a point.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's all the economy. And on that same topic of
Or
jobs
greed.
being lost,
Corporate greed.
it's 100% corporate greed. J.J. Abrams is downsizing his production company Bad Robot and relocating operations from L.A. to New York. Which, to your point, we have a friend who wants to be an actress, and she was talking about going to L.A. and you were like, just go to New York. It's closer. Like, there's a lot more opportunities being made there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even in my hometown, like they opened a bunch of movie studios, which is surprising because nothing was there before.
And plus Broadway is also in New York. So it's like I think it's easier to get on in there. But sorry if you want to act. I think there's more avenues to act. Or if you go to LA, you just got to be a waiter or an influencer, and hope you make it.
Well, if you go to New York, I can tell you. If you go to New York City, I can tell you right now, you're gonna have to be a waiter or an influencer or a personal trainer or a crackhead in order to try and facilitate your dreams. Make it big.
Live your dreams. It's not as hard as it may seem.
But Hollywood is slowly.
You know what that's from?
I know. I'm hoping you stop so we don't get copyright struck.
I sang it off key on purpose, so like
that don't matter. They're gonna hear the lyrics and still try to take our episode. Hollywood is slowly. I wouldn't say it's not becoming the mecca for entertainment in the way that it was once before, but compared to the way it once was, where jobs weren't guaranteed, but they were a lot more abundant. A lot of acting jobs are going to different places, whether it be in the US, where it's like people are relocating to New York or Chicago or Atlanta. Tyler Perry opened a big studio down there. Marvel also has a big studio down in Atlanta, but then it's also a lot of these big corporations and studios are also going overseas because of tax credits. So London has a really good tax credit program where that's where Spider-Man Brand New Day was filmed. A majority of the footage came from that location. So it's like, it's kind of hard to find a specific mecca as it once were. New Zealand as well. You kind of just got to find like a big hub and then try your best to build your fan base on Instagram, doing dances and selling fit tees and shaking ass or whatever it is you need to do to build your followers, because that's the only thing they're looking for in audition rooms these days, and it's very sad.
Live your dream, man. It's not as hard as it may seem.
Stop. They are going to strike this episode. You are, you are going to disappoint all 12 of our fans.
Stop saying that. I keep trying to tell you. There's so many.
Weapons. There's a weapons prequel about Aunt Gladys, officially in the works at Warner Brothers. Zach Kreger and Zach Shields are writing the script.
So we'll get that IP money.
Yeah, I saw Weapons. I liked Weapons. I don't understand all of the big fuss about Aunt Gladys. Like, she's cool, she's funny, she has moments, but I don't think
IP money, man.
Yeah, I mean, I guess she's the new horror icon, so she'll be appearing in Dead by Daylight shortly. The new X-Men movie officially hires creators of two of TV's greatest series to rewrite the script. Oh Lord.
Oh, you didn't. I actually forgot their names. It was a dag.
Steve Weintraub.
Thank you.
He wrote Beef,
Yes.
and the other gentleman is Lee Sung Jin, who wrote The Bear.
Yeah. So that'd be good.
I'm a little worried.
It's fine. It'll be fine, man.
All right, we're moving on.
Yeah, we gotta breeze through. We got a topic.
Yeah, it's already 9:30.
Yes.
Majora's Mask art director. Majora's Mask art director Takaya Imamura said Link speaking in the upcoming live action The Legend of Zelda movie could ruin something special about Nintendo's veteran series.
Hold on, Link is speaking?
Yes.
All right. O'Shaughnessy's gonna hate that. It's like his
Yeah.
favorite game. All right.
And he played it in a whopping 15 frames per second on the original Nintendo Switch. Like I got to give that man credit. I'm of two minds on this. I would like Link to be the silent protagonist that he is, or maybe just have him co-protagonist with Zelda and then have Zelda doing majority of the speaking. But I do understand in wanting to give him a voice because they've done that with like the Mario movie. Like, I think Chris Pratt was not the best choice. I think he could have been given a better voice actor, but I do understand wanting to give Mario more voice lines than just like "ha" and "let's go." Like
that's different. I think that's different.
mm-hmm.
Whatever. This.
Yeah. But it's like so.
I have no dog in that.
That's the thing. Link does speak technically. The player just doesn't hear it because Link is kind of a self-insert for the player. And I'm wondering if there was a creative way they could have done that. But we don't have enough time, so we're going to move on to the next one.
And 20 minutes.
Karma news.
Like just random.
That's your fault, not mine.
I know, sorry.
What's the name? In Karma news, Jonathan Majors fell through a window on Daily Wire action flick, leading to crew to walk off set. Producers say they don't negotiate with communists.
Yeah, it doesn't even make sense. It's not that was like the last straw. Also, there's like a bunch wrong on that set, and everybody's like, "Yeah, no, we're not dealing with this." So, oh well, good luck to him.
I feel like
you gotta feed Megan, man.
I feel like the ghosts of like prominent black actors were responsible for this. Like they're trying to save him and get him off the set.
Get him a check. Give him a check, disability check, so he can take care of Megan.
We got a new teaser for Exit 8, a new film based on the video game.
Yeah, and
don't know what this is.
Oh, we talked about it before. It's a horror film, yeah. And one of the actors is going to be in New York tomorrow, actually. So April 8th.
Mm-hmm.
And if you Koichi Yamato, he's going to appear as the Walking Man. So he's going to be in New York in the subway. And if you say the iconic catchphrase "turn back" to him, you get a prize. So that's like how they're marketing for the film. Yeah, I think you'll like this.
I'm probably. It looks interesting. I just don't know anything about it. Yeah, Smite the Bot. The trailer does look interesting. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, and it's a horror film. You love horror.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Backrooms. Yeah, endless sterile subway passageway, and then freaky shit going down along the way.
Mhm.
In more horror video game adaptation news. Zach Krieger's Resident Evil just had a very strong test screening. Runtime is 90 minutes, described as a horror Fury Road, lean, mean, highly stylized, and does not take from the mythology whatsoever.
Oh, good. Someone who cares about the IP. Finally. Wait, what?
I'm of two minds on this. On one hand, Fallout
Hater.
did do, to your point, Fallout did do a good job at adopting the IP, but not sticking specifically to characters that we recognize.
Yeah.
They made up new characters and they just had it within the Fallout universe. And they kept a lot of the things like the power armor and the ghouls and all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff. However, as somebody whose favorite Resident Evil is Resident Evil 2, has been one of my favorite games. It might go up on the wall. I haven't decided yet. I have only a select amount of wall space. Point is, I would have liked a version of an adaptation by an actor as talented as Zach Krieger that was more accurate to the games that I played.
Mm-hmm.
However, I do like Zach Krieger. I do think it is possible to make a very good film within the universe with recognizable things like the Umbrella Corporation or the Liquor Monster or Tyrant or whatever. We just gonna have to see.
Well, I'm sorry you won't get that, but at least with whatever they're doing for the Elden Ring film, it
Mhm.
looks like they're spot on.
Yeah, they
So
got the Church of America right. I'm
yeah,
excited for that.
there you go.
No.
But you're
Uh,
not getting what you want for Resident Evil. I'm sorry.
but I do like the idea of like a Fury Road. Have you seen Mad Max Fury Road?
Hmm.
Like that is 90 minutes of just like octane
Octane.
craziness.
Yeah.
Octane. Raw octane craziness. And it's incredible. Can't say it's one of my favorite films. It's not going on the wall. But if there's a horror concept of that where you just on the edge of your seat for 90 minutes straight, I'm all in. Kathleen Kennedy just told an AI conference she's not so sure about AI.
That's why she's not working as you can't not be sure
So
about AI. You working at Disney? They sure they tried to invest $1 billion.
I see.
Like it's not gonna fly.
Yeah, but she does make a point. It's like you need the human element in big projects. You can't just make AI slop about everything. And like I'm slowly starting
Hey
to
man,
realize that, and I'm thankful.
listen, that's part of our main story.
Yeah, but
We gonna talk about that.
like, yeah, but it's just like when you think about movies, music, art, you like I see the human condition prevailing over this
Yeah, but that's
because companies are trying to push the AI slop, and people are like, there are people who are definitely latching on to it, but I'm seeing less of it like on like Twitter and YouTube and everything. Like,
uh,
I think we might edge out. They're definitely gonna like rise up as actual androids and vaporize us like Terminators.
listen.
But in terms of like the next slate of movies that are coming out, I think we're gonna be pretty fine.
We'll talk about it as because it is part of the main topic. Because I don't think we're going to be fine.
Perfect example. Take Two Interactive has laid off their head of artificial intelligence, as well as an undisclosed number of employees who are working on leveraging AI for the company.
Okay.
Like I said, we might win this. We're definitely going to get turned
Listen,
into human protein in order to fuel their machines in the dystopian apocalypse. But I do think before that, the next few Toy Stories will be made by us.
we, this is all part of the main topic to me, so I'm just saving the thoughts.
I'm going to save this one for the main topic as well. Let's just see what else we got. An indie developer is making a horror game about thalassophobia, the fear of deep water. You must descend into a deep sinkhole, explore caverns using a sonar system, pilot a small submarine through darkness, and it's called There's Nothing Down There.
Again, this is also part of the main story to me. Like, it sounds
So,
cool though,
again,
but
no, it
every
doesn't. It sounds fucking terrifying.
right, that's the point. I think. Listen,
Listen, I love
I
horror.
got a lot of
I love
thoughts
horror.
about games right now because this
I,
article
I,
made me read.
and you're all the better for being made to read it because it's a fantastic article. You denied it until like 20 minutes before the episode. But I will say this. I have one fear in this world. It's
Mm.
not insects. It's not heights. It's not
No, mine is
typical
heights.
dangers like drive-bys or any other terrible things you can imagine. It's open water. I have thalassophobia more than anybody you could possibly imagine. I cannot stand on the edge of like a dark beach without having some sort of hyperventilation episode. Like it will fuck
Mm.
me up. I do not like. This is something I will never go near.
You want to play the game?
No, I'm not playing a game.
Soft.
I tried to play Subnautica. And it was fun when I was in the shallows, when everything was like blue and pretty. You saw the
Mm-hmm.
seaweed and the coral, and you got to kind of frolic and snorkel. Once I got to an edge where it just dropped off into an infinite black void, fuck that game. Turned it off, got it off my console, went on to the next thing. Played on land where humans belong. Steam Deck 2 is targeting a 2028 release.
Good luck, cause
Okay, fuck it. Let's go. What time is it? Let's go to the main story.
no, it's like if you all these gaming things
Uh-huh.
are like to me tie it to our main topic. That's why I just said good luck because it's not looking good for wait how many what else do we have before
We got Steel Ball Run, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. The
hilarious.
series is currently in production and will be available soon for everyone to enjoy.
Sorry, that was funny because everyone in the comments,
Mm-hmm.
Netflix didn't give a date, so everybody was in the comics just spamming them with like JoJo memes and like
Mm-hmm.
faces from Still Ball Run. Like, where is it at? Where is it at? Just nothing. And then anytime Netflix posts something, it's more Still Ball Run. Like, it's just very funny. Everybody wants to see Still Ball Run. That's actually the first thing I read from JoJo's was Still Ball Run.
Gotcha. That was usually how I would gauge the popularity of the Marvel Universe, to where it's like anytime Disney posted anything, they were like, fuck this bullshit. We want to see the new Infinity War trailer.
Yeah.
And they would just harass Disney excessively, demanding things like that. So it's funny to see that on the anime side.
Yeah.
We got a new trailer for the live action Lord of the Flies series, written by Adolescence co creator Jack Thorne, releasing May 4th on Netflix.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah, this does look good.
Yeah.
Actually, I wonder if you and Josh Awesome might have a point.
What?
I wonder how dark they're going to get with this, because these are all child actors. And Lord of the Flies is dark as shit.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. It's 2026. Sky's the limit.
I'm curious.
Kill Root.
I'm curious.
You know what I mean?
I wonder if they're about to have an actual decayed head. Just, we'll see. We'll come back to this conversation. Oh, does it come up May 4th?
Yeah.
May 5th, we're going to come back to this. We got our first trailer for Rick and Morty season 9, releasing May 24th on Adult Swim.
Yeah. I'm excited for that. I love Rick and Morty.
And we are finally at our main topic.
Okay. So, go
Which,
ahead.
let me set it. Let me set it up. Let me set it up.
Because
It is an article that was posted by IGN, which asked the question, is the world falling out of love with traditional video games? They asked that because there is kind of a growth paradox going on. On one end, global sales are hitting numbers like 1.5 billion. On the other, 1/3 of all workers in the gaming industry are being laid off, just like in the movie industry. Not those same numbers, but you understand the layoffs are quite substantial.
what you said?
Student.
I thought it was 119 billion.
No, it was 195 billion. 5% year-on-year growth.
Oh, it was more. Sorry.
Yes.
I thought you said 1.5 billion is what I thought you said. And I was like, I could have sworn it was 100 something. Okay.
It is 100. 195 billion dollars.
Okay.
10 major studios have been shuttered, including Monolith, The Initiative, and Sam's beloved Blue Point Studios. There've been a shit ton of canceled, stalled projects like the Perfect Dark remake, Titanfall, Black Panther. Actually, no, is Black Panther? Actually, no, Black Panther is stalled. It's the Marvel. Remember that the Marvel one with Captain America and Black Panther that had the photorealistic graphics?
Yeah.
That is still in development. It's just in development hell. We don't know what happened to it. Wonder Woman also got canceled, which was supposed to have the Nemesis system from Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah, they got rid of those Warner Brothers games.
Yeah. And the last point I will make in terms of setting things up is that there is an attention war. On one end, you have people who want to play video games, but then there's also like a big slump at like mobile gaming. There's a bunch of new distractions, OnlyFans being one of them. Poly market, gambling, betting sites are also another one. AI assistants like ChatGPT, Grok. Um, One of the statistics here mentions that men ages 18 to 35 are twice as likely to use the average adult, twice as likely as the average adult to use AI assistants. It's the same likelihood of them playing a console. And with that being said, I will let Samsung get all of his thoughts out.
Sorry, because remember Black Dynamite? The dude's like, "With Black Dynamite, I sell rocks in the community." When you said that, it just made me think of that because it's like, oh, I'm 18 to 35. Like, what am I? Actually, I'm not, but whatever. The so this was like it's like weird to me. So you talked about Steam Deck coming out in 2028. Good luck
Yeah.
because no one's buying any consoles. The 18 to 35 demographic is the only like that's the console base, right? They
Mhm.
buy the consoles, um, but the the game industry is like squeezing them for money. So that's why we get all these like increases in subscription services like your Xbox Live and your PlayStation Plus, um, squeezing us for like those microtransactions, right? And then all that attention also for the actual gaming base is being taken by OnlyFans. Just 18 to 35-year-olds are just spending all their time on OnlyFans. And then
Bro,
like
that's a lot of time to be
it's
out
a
here
lot of
gooning.
time.
Yes.
And they're making AI slop or they're like betting on just the most random stuff. It doesn't even make sense. And then on the other side, you got the whatever age that's playing Roblox. Literally, Roblox has more users than PlayStation,
Mm.
Xbox, and Steam combined. Right?
It, it it accounts for 40% of the industry's net growth outside of China.
That's ridiculous. Like, you can't market to it. They don't want to do nothing but play Roblox, and in Roblox you can just create your own thing. So they'll just make
Mhm.
GTA in Roblox. Right? They're just doing it. I remember one time I watched my brother. I went into the room. I was like, Jordan, what you playing? he's basically playing Fortnite in Roblox. It's the same thing. Like, what are you doing? So these kids aren't even playing the games. No one's buying consoles. I think we've talked about this before. PlayStation, PS5 still hasn't beat the PS4 in sales. Right.
Mhm.
So we talked about how Xbox is switching to the Helix. Whatever Helix project they're working on, they got the AI lady heading everything now. But as we know, the gamer demographic is just using AI anyway. So
Mhm.
maybe that's the right approach. But
Yeah.
no one's Steam Deck. How well is it going to do if like Sony is pulling all of their what do you call those like exclusives, right? All the Sony's not doing anything outside of like PlayStation, so you can't play like
Mhm.
Ghost of Yotei. You'll never be able to play it in Steam, right? Because
Yeah.
they've started to recognize like, all right, well, having you said this before, like those like blue chip games or whatever you call them, that's our bread and butter. So it has to
Yeah.
be only in house. Uh, Sony's doing that. I think Xbox lost a lot of money on what was it whatever Call of Duty or sorry was it Black Ops? No, that's Call of Duty. What game was that came out that just didn't hit like it was supposed to, and they lost a lot of money on that game?
Um,
Was it Black Ops?
Concord.
No, 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 no.
Um, no, it couldn't have been Black Ops. Well, the most recent Call of Duty game.
Yeah,
Well, you would think that it would have made a shit ton of money because the way everyone was complaining about it, but it then went on to be in the top 10 of games sold in 2025. So
it was
it's
Black Ops
online
7.
complaints versus actual. Yeah, but how much did they actually lose? Like it was still like in the top 10 of sales.
Yeah, but that's still but their revenue was still down regardless. So it was still like
Oh,
their worst selling Black Ops since Call of Duty.
they
Uh,
didn't. They only made a billion instead of a trillion like
sorry,
usual.
since World at War. Sorry, World at War was the other one. But that's still a five
Gotcha.
percent drop in revenue. So it looks good to
Hmm.
us, but it doesn't look good to the company. And with that's the Game Pass thing, they lost 300 million. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and like their site like crashed because of how many people were like online checking to see like what they were talking about. Like this, none of this bodes well, and it's hard to see a world where like we can really have gaming in the way that we used to. I think that whole like again, this is something we talked about maybe last week or 2 weeks ago, where you said it like gaming would be a luxury experience, right? They're upping the price of the PlayStation. Nintendo
Mm-hmm.
Switch is considering doing the same thing. I think they probably already have. Xbox prices are going up, so everything is going to cost more. The group that actually games, which is like basically millennials, and all those we're spending all we can't buy a house, so you spend all your money.
It's not ha ha funny. It's just everything is burning
Yeah,
funny.
so you spend all your money to get a system when I'm not Game of Thrones, when GTA does come out, GTA 6 when it finally comes out, that's probably gonna be $100. All games are gonna be
Mm-hmm.
$100, and then people in that 17-year-old age bracket that when we were kids we were the main gamers. That bracket, they're not playing games. They can't afford to play $100 game anymore, but they can't afford to make it on Roblox. That's the new way. I think the key is to change how we view the gaming experience. I think you were right.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it should be just a luxury experience. That's the way the market is going.
Yeah.
Especially if you, like you said, they got rid of all these game studios, right? Even I think Take Two, the reason they probably let go of that AI staff is not because like they don't believe in AI. They probably don't. They might not be around long enough to benefit
Mm-hmm.
from AI, or maybe they're realizing like we can't actually compete in this space. We can't make games in this way. It's not going to work. So they probably have to maybe focus on like one AAA game that can be sold to PlayStation, and then PlayStation releases it, and then millennials buy it, and then that like luxury experience exists just for this group. So it's
Mm-hmm.
it's like a weird world. So all that stuff we were talking about, where I was like thinking like, uh, it's not. It doesn't look good.
Mm-hmm. So that was actually a very in-depth analysis, and I do appreciate that. But
You told me to read.
I do have a. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't expect you to read it. I thought you were gonna come in and bullshit, but no, you
No,
actually did
I
your shit.
never do that.
Kudos to you. But what's the name? So I agree with pretty much everything you said. I just have a slightly different perspective. Like everything you're talking about is on a relatively micro level. I think all of this
Hmm.
is indicative of, I won't call it the downfall of society, but let's call it the slow decline. I think a lot of these things that we're seeing are recession indicators. So like
Hmm.
everyone says that like, when old school 2000 artists come back as a recession indicator because it's like Neo and Pitbull are making party anthems to go out to the club and talk about how you ain't got no money and your
Hmm.
rent got to be paid. But I think it's more like this. So like for instance,
Remember that? It's like a creator. He would play like Drake clips of how like
mhm.
Drake was making fun of you for like doing normal things. It's like you be at the DoubleTree, like, oh, sorry, you reminded me of that. Go ahead, my bad, my bad. It's very
No, you're
funny.
good, you're good. But so some of the biggest drivers for entertainment these days are, as you mentioned, and the article mentioned, OnlyFans, Polymarket, Roblox. I see that
There's
as
so many people on
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. You spending all your money on OnlyFans, like literally. Oh,
Hear me
every dollar you spend on a game, you just spending on OnlyFans instead. It's so funny to me.
out. So
Sorry.
only we got OnlyFans, Polymarket, Roblox. That tells me that people are, and I don't mean this in a way of like mocking them. I'm only laughing because of everything Samsung is saying. But on a more serious note,
What
I
you
see that as people are lonely, broke, and seeking community. Think about it.
Wait, what about the AI
Stop
part?
that. That's the AI part. I would say is I mean, it's also kind of like loneliness as well,
Yeah.
because so much of AI is just confirmation bias, and people are
Uh,
seeing it as their companions, and people are seeing it as their therapists, which people really should stop doing because they're just building advertising profiles
yeah,
on you.
you gotta stop
That's
that.
literally all you're telling them. All your deepest insecurities that they're just going to use to market to all of your deepest insecurities.
Send you to the little role of the joint that Charles Barkley be advertising for. Just get an ad for it. Sorry,
Like,
go ahead.
just, you don't understand. You if you're not paying for it, which most people are not, you're the product. You are literally
Yeah.
being packaged and sold in small morsels to big corporations based on everything you're providing. Anyways, but
Mm.
OnlyFans, it's because people are lonely. People aren't as connected as they once were because everyone's isolated, either due to the aftershocks of COVID or the prevalence of social media and smartphones, and no one really wanted to be connected. You made a really good point a few years ago when I joined like the big group Discord server, in that we don't see each other off. Me and you see each other often because we go to the gym and stuff together. But like
Mm.
with our greater friend group, we don't see a lot of them as often as we probably should because we have the connection of the Discord server.
Mm.
It's easy to sort of use that as a supplement because it's like, oh, I'm talking to you every day, but I'm not seeing you. I'm not actually spending time in your company. And that's just so much of the world these days. And as a result, everyone's a lot more isolated. Everyone is a lot more away from others. People aren't dating as much. And as a result, they're spending $25.95 every month to go watch some Instagram model drop that ass. I don't know if I can say that because Twitch is weird, in an effort to feel some sort of emotional connection or companionship.
Dude,
And
watching OnlyFans, like,
it's
oh, I wonder
it's
what that feels like. Boy, if you
but
don't leave.
that's the scary thing. That's the scary thing about OnlyFans. So much OnlyFans is what we know, where it's like pornographic content, but it's
Yeah.
also trying to simulate an actual connection with the users. And sometimes they use AI chatbots for that, where it's like
Mm.
people pretend that they're talking to the actual model, but really it's like GPT titties or whatever you want to call it. Like it's just
Yeah.
it well, lonely. And then you have Polymarket.
Yeah.
Gambling apps are so incredibly massive these days. One, because they're now legal, and I think it was a terrible idea to do that.
Yeah.
Which, I'm not gonna lie, for the longest time, I was one of those people who were saying that like vice crime shouldn't be penalized as harshly, whether it be like prostitution, gambling, or whatever, because that's happening between two consenting parties. But after seeing what's happened to gambling apps as a whole and how it's everywhere and it's advertised everywhere and it's pushed upon the youth specifically, like ages 18 to 25, where people are the most young and impressionable, yet have a lot of independence due to the fact that they can work or, have money and be able to make their own decisions about their parents. That is terrifying. And that is indicative of societal financial issues. People are broke. And that has been reflected all over media, all over entertainment. People aren't going to movie theaters as much as they want to because either they're not interested in the product, which is fine, but mostly it's because they simply cannot afford it. One trip to the movie theater can be anywhere from 50 to $100 depending on how many people you bring and how many concessions you order.
Mm.
That is crazy. And for people who are more fortunate, they can do that a lot more often. But for people who are living paycheck to paycheck, that is a serious expense. They're not going to pay it. They're not going to spend it on going to see the Mario movie, which is about a soft 6 out of 10. Like fun, but you know what you're coming to get. Like,
Mm.
don't expect much out of it.
Mm.
And then the last one, what was it? Roblox. Roblox, while yes, is a bunch of chaotic slop, it provides community. And it's also free.
Mm.
That's why I think a lot of traditional media is struggling, is because traditional media has a barrier for entry, that being money. Roblox, you go download it. You can go pretty much play any version of it. You pretty much can go play all the bootleg versions of AAA games.
Mm.
So it's like if you can't afford the new $100 Grand Theft Auto, in a matter of time, they're gonna have an exact copy with Roblox blocks looking characters in Roblox. So it's
Roblox
like, oh,
is
it's
Gamecast.
it is a game
It's
cast.
Gamecast.
So you just hop on your game cast for free and go pretty much get a similar experience just in Roblox. And you can do that with any game. So and also within Roblox, there's just so many different communities that exist. And it's like almost like Reddit or like any sort of like forum based website where you just go find your people and you just hang out with them. And I don't think it's Roblox's job to make it easier for the industry to thrive. I think the industry has to find better ways to adopt what Roblox is doing in a way that is more conducive to what we have come to appreciate about games.
Yeah, but
And I think that's hard to do.
the industry still was still thriving though, despite all this, right? Because
It
literally year to year, their
Mhm.
revenue is up, so they're still thriving. But like,
Yeah, but 40% of that is Roblox.
I know. But also, like you mentioned, like the poly market thing. Part of the
Yeah.
like part of the issue with poly market too for like console gaming, like poly market is essentially microtransactions in the palm of your hand, right? So you're doing all
Mhm.
these things on your phone that you were doing before on your console. So
Okay.
it's like you get your phone gives you all the satisfaction gaming would give you, but just immediate.
Mhm.
Like you want to see some like some yiddies bouncing. Before you'd have to go play Dead or Alive beach volleyball. Now
Mhm.
you go to OnlyFans. You want some microtransactions. Before you had to go play Apex or Fortnite. Now
Yeah.
go to Poly Market, right?
Mhm.
And then AI chatbots also are taking up all that time. So the industry is now losing money uh, on their main consumer base, and then we're all opting out of like all the live service things, like so all the Xbox Lives or sorry all the Game Passes and the PlayStation Pluses. Everyone's opting out.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah.
don't the console industry can't like take the Roblox approach. Right, you can't just put a version of Roblox on a PS5 and then hope that
Mhm.
people will just start playing that instead. That's not what their demographic is looking for, because that's the 18
Mhm.
and 35 demographic. That demographic doesn't play Roblox in that way.
Yeah.
So you,
So I don't think it's a matter of like doing exactly what Roblox does, but understand what Roblox gets right. Roblox gets community right, which
mm,
people are very much craving because the absence of third spaces and the distance between, internet connectivity and people using Discord and just social media as a supplement to real life interactions. It gets community right. It also gets creativity right. People like to build stuff and people also can monetize stuff, which goes into my
mm-hmm,
point about the economy. So it's like if you make uh, a game in Roblox, if you make a particular skin or whatever, you can monetize that and make a shit ton of money. I think
mm-hmm.
what did it say? Roblox paid out 1.5 billion to player developers in 2025. So if you give people
So,
community,
it's a
if you
drop in the
give
bucket.
I know, but it's the fact that people are enticed by that. If I was a player developer and I had the curiosity about it, it's like, am I going to invest my time in just playing regular games? Or am I going to potentially make my own game, which could become a
Mm-hmm.
big smash hit? And then not only can I make a bunch of money off of that, I could probably add that to my portfolio and probably go get a job at an actual gaming company showing what I'm actually
Why? They're going to
capable
shut down
of.
soon.
One of them might. But before that happens, it's like there's a lot more you can do there. And it's like
Mm-hmm.
people need to understand what Roblox is doing. What Roblox is doing wrong is not going after predators enough because there are way too many Chris Hansen subjects lurking in DMs
Look,
and pursuing children.
I'm
That's why
sure.
I don't let
No,
my son play it anymore.
I'm sure there's a Roblox like version of To Catch a Predator, where like
Oh, 100%.
these kids are
Wasn't it like
probably
an Epstein's
actually.
Island?
Oh yes, there was. They should be doing anything. It's so wild.
That
But I'm sure they out there
I don't let my
catching the
son play
predators,
Roblox.
man.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. But it's like as messed up as that is, the fact that people are allowed to do that is enticing. So it's like you got to figure out what works. I remember PlayStation had what was that game called? PlayStation Dreams, where you could like make games within some sort of like PlayStation landscape.
I only remember the PlayStation Beat Maker joint. I don't
I
remember
mean, you
the
can
other
also do that. But it was I distinctly remember there was a game called
one.
PlayStation Dreams where you could just go in and make games. And sometimes the games were really shitty and sometimes the games were incredible, but it's like that creativity aspect, if you could just like make that work or just things like that, you got to figure out what makes Roblox great and then just try to adapt some of those characteristics, not necessarily the whole Roblox game plan. But as for traditional games, I
Yeah, that's what
I don't know
these.
what happens. I think it becomes a lot more niche.
Yeah, that's what these blue chip games. It's not. That's going to be the luxury experience. And then
Yeah,
like let's say the game we talked about, where I was like, that's part of the main story. There's nothing down there, right?
yeah.
Games like that, like great idea, but where's it going to go? It's honestly, it's probably better that that developer takes that to Roblox, and then
Hmm.
now your game lives where 40% of the gamer base is. So you've
I see what
developed.
you mean.
There's nothing down there. A Roblox game. Kids are playing it. They probably shouldn't be playing it. They're having panic attacks, right? But you just made some money. Uh, Probably more money than you would have made trying to fully develop this game and spend like however many millions it costs to fully develop a game and then get it to Xbox, get it to PlayStation, get it on like PC through Steam.
Yeah.
But then the Grand Theft Autos, the From Software games, the Square Enix games, right? The Final Fantasy 15 plus.
I mean, if you like it, I'm happy for
I
you. It's
love it.
just not my cup of tea.
Right. Those things are the luxury experience. But if you're packaging something as luxury, give me a true luxury experience. There should be no glitches, right? Don't
Never gonna happen.
no microtransactions. Don't hit me with another
Yeah.
$35 to unlock a level, right? Like
Hmm.
give me I'll pay for a Rolls Royce. Don't give me a Chrysler 300. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That you charge me Rolls Royce prices for.
Yeah. I feel you. I agree. But that's the thing. It's like, can you merit giving these sort of prices to consoles when if Roblox is dominating that much of the gaming landscape, why would you even need a new console? You can get a PlayStation 4 right now and go play Roblox on it.
I know, but that's what also part of that article. I think Sony pushed back their PS6 release to like what 20. Sorry, this is an IGN article by the way. Shout out to IGN. I don't really like their ratings, but
Yeah.
this was a good one.
They did something good with this article. It was very,
Yeah,
very insightful.
but they push it back to like
Um,
2028. But I think even though like Roblox accounts for 40% of the market, right? All the money is with that 18 to 35 demo, or a lot of the money is with that 18 to
mhm.
35 demo because they have jobs, right?
Yeah.
And then like PlayStation and Xbox were still able to, they might have lost 5% of revenue, but they're still able to make
Mhm.
something by like upping the price of things, and we as stupid consumers still went and paid the price. So the money is there, but now I think you have to
Mhm.
up the quality of the thing that you're giving these people that are still on console. So you either sunset the console or you change the quality of the thing that you're offering on console. And that's probably where GTA 6 comes in because you can't up the price of games until one game comes out that warrants the price of the brick going up.
Gotcha. So it's like, how do they navigate the problem of Roblox dominating most of the landscape, prices going up due to like RAM shortages,
Oh yeah, I forgot
and
about RAM shortages too.
then people not willing to shell out that much, not even willing, not even being capable of shelling out that much money for a product. It's like, how do you justify that price? It's like, I always thought that exclusive games were what sold consoles because for the most part they did.
Yeah, I think that's
But
still the case. Honestly,
if
yeah, I
I
think it's still the
do,
case.
but I wonder how much more this monster that is Roblox and Fortnite. Fortnite is out there too. How much of their combined monster share just keeps devouring more and more simply due to the economics of the situation.
Well,
It's
if
like,
if the
how
demo
how
gets
does
off of
Sony?
OnlyFans, you know, they
That's not gonna happen. Not gonna
they
happen.
have the money to go buy a game.
That's
I'm
under
not.
no circumstances is that gonna. But it's like these are all like when I say recession indicators, like this is what I mean. It's like there are so many factors at play here. And I see like when I was a kid, when I heard about the recession, I was like, oh, people don't have money anymore. And I just brushed it off because I didn't have money either. So I'm like, oh, we're all one people now. But like now that I understand the economic system, I see the ripple effects of it. So it's like I see how people as a result of the ripple, will gravitate more to Roblox and Fortnite because those are both free barriers to entry. Like you can just walk in, download, and just play it the same way anybody else does. And if you want skins and stuff, you have to pay more, but you also don't have to have the full experience. How does Sony come along and say, hey, we got this brand new shiny console? Or Steam comes along and says the same thing, where it's like, we have a new competitor in the gaming console market, and it costs more than $800 because that's what the projections are for both of these consoles at the current
Yeah.
time due to the RAM shortage. So it's like, how do you come along and say, hey, I know times are hard. I know gas is about to be motherfucking $5 a gallon,
Mm.
at least over here. I think it's like 10 over in California. But hey, come buy our shiny new thing because of what? Bloodborne 2? Like
Yeah,
it
that's
doesn't
what
seem like enough anymore.
that's what I'm saying. I think that you focus on the luxury experience, right? Gaming has to be a
Mm-hmm.
luxury experience because the only demo that has a console is that older demographic. So that's your market. They're the only ones that are going to buy games. So you got to just package it as a luxury experience or sunset it. I don't think there's another way. And now, if
Mm-hmm.
you up the price, right? If your games cost more, your console costs more, that quality just needs to be there. I think that's the only way you do it, right? So
Yeah.
the online services can't be shutting down. You also can't start charging out the ass for like live services, right? Some of those things are gonna have to change.
Yeah. Yeah. But even with those demographics, the economics don't look good. Like I remember I read an article the other day that said 73% of millennials are living paycheck to paycheck.
It's
That's
because they're on
millennials.
OnlyFans.
And
They literally just get off OnlyFans. That's all you got to do.
that's not going to happen. You got to give people a reason to. And I don't foresee that happening
Put
at
it on the
all.
PlayStation.
Um,
You put it on the console.
you might have cracked the code with that
That's
one.
the true luxury experience. It's an AI.
And
It's like a
to get
little
like true
AI.
4K and then get the Sony
Exactly.
VR headset, make it an
Build.
OnlyFans exclusive.
Yeah. Build your joint
Um,
on the console.
yeah, and it's like if millennials are living paycheck to paycheck, 73% of millennials are living paycheck to paycheck. I'm pretty sure Gen Z is doing way worse than we are. They might never own a home. So
Mm.
it's like, how do you tell? My last point that I'll make, because it's already like 10, 15, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, it's like, I just don't know how these companies come along. Yes, they could market themselves as luxury items, but there is the risk of shooting towards luxury during a time where people don't even have faith in the base format. Where it's like, okay, with PlayStation 5, everyone had the highest of hopes because the PlayStation 4 was absolutely a knockout success. But then
Mm.
PS5 came along, did not offer that many exclusives. And now you want us to then pay double the price for the last console for this one.
Mm.
And then what do you have to offer? They need to figure out what that offering is. And I leave it there because I have to go to sleep. So I'm lying. I'm actually going to be up to like 3 o'clock in the morning playing Zelda. But I know Samsung has to go to sleep because he has a normal sleep schedule.
I actually don't, but I'm just used to it. All right. Well, I'm watching damn, what's that joint called? Bloodhound season 2. It's a Korean show on Netflix. Watching that. Watching Yaiba, like I said earlier. Watching that Darth Maul show. Uh, Daredevil Born Again season 2. Watching that. I feel like there's one. I'm forgetting something. I'm watching a lot of random stuff, man. Oh, and the Michael Jackson biopic comes out. I think the 24th of this month. So I'm gonna
Hmm.
be checking that out.
Yeah. We should get some of the homies together to go see it. I know Slurm said he wanted to go. So
Yeah,
he would be furious if we do not send him an invite.
yeah, we'll let them know.
Yeah. What am I watching? I'm
Mm.
gonna be watching The Boys. I'm on Daredevil,
Oh yeah, that's starting this
Invincible.
week. So the boys is this week. I forgot what day.
Yeah, The Boys. The Boys starts this week. I think Wednesday. It's usually
Wednesday.
Wednesdays.
Okay.
Yeah. And aside from that, I am playing Zelda Breath of the Wild, slowly making my way through that. And on my
Mm.
phone, I'm playing Slay the Spire Part 1. Trying to beat it. I think I'm at the last big run to Slay the Spire. And once I'm done with that, I'll play Slay the Spire 2 on stating.
Okay. Well, there y'all go. Follow us on or subscribe. I don't know how you do it. Whatever you do. I'm old. On YouTube, Twitch, Spotify. Check us out next week. And
We'll
yeah,
be on OnlyFans soon.
who? I'm not on there.
Do you want subscribers or not?
What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do?
What you in the gym for? What you mean you supposed to do?
It's feet pics. My unmanicured feet. Bunions. Only bunions.
There's a kink for everything.
Then y'all can pay me to put my feet in lasagna. You know how the 600-pound joints and people be paying to feed them. What are they called? Feeders. They be paying to have them eat like lasagna and whole pizzas. You could pay me to put my feet into random food. There you go.
The fact that I know that tells me that my Google search history is just a travesty.
Yeah, wow, boy. But all right, y'all. Until next week. Peace.
Peace.